What's going on, my YouTube friends? I am heading to my storage unit and was thinking about something that a lot of you were to get into RV or van life or whatever it is that you choose. Something you need to think about is there's something called living as a minimalist that you need to think about. Because unless you have direct plans of going back to buying a house anytime soon or anything, you want to liquidate and you want to sell pretty much all your furniture, everything you can to minimize storage space. I've got a 5x10 storage unit. It's almost like a closet for stuff that I know I couldn't sell that are just memorabilia stuff, record albums that I've recorded on the wall and various things that are memorabilia and you know, stuff like that, small stuff. But in time, I'm going to have to go through that stuff and go, okay, am I going to keep the stuff or not? Because I knew when I sold my house that most all my home, my condo was furnished with IKEA. And I sold that stuff. I hadn't thought twice about that stuff, hadn't cared, because I can go furnish my whole house, whatever size to get with IKEA again, for a killer cost. And it really doesn't make a difference to me. I don't hold on to those things. So the one big thing about going van life, RV life, unless you're just using it as a travel vehicle and you're going full time, think about these things. You know, start freeing up your attachment to these materialistic things. And in times like this, what we're going through now, like this whole COVID-19 thing we're going through, it's got to make you think, what's more important in life? Is it really that couch or that kitchen table? Or is it you and a peace of mind? There's a lot of, like I said in my last video about it, I'm thinking RV sales might surge on this deal. I said about in the electrical video, but seriously, people start thinking about, this might get people to thinking what life is really all about and how short and precious that it is. We got to think about those things, man. And I'm not telling a lot of you something you don't already know, so. But that's where I'm heading right now, is to go look at my storage unit and maybe move some things around and I got to make room for just some small totes, but kind of make room where I can get in there a lot easier and stuff. I think the big purpose of that storage unit, I pay about $45 a month for, is really it's just a closet for me. I can go in and get seasonal clothing and stuff I need that it's not important to travel with, There's things I can go get. If I'm on the road, I don't need it. It needs to sit put there. So, but that's just a little thought, and I think that it will be of a lot of good use to me as time goes on. I mean, if a day comes about where I decide I don't want to have a storage unit, I guess I'm getting rid of a lot more. And I got rid of a lot. With me, I think the older I get, the less I want. I just don't want a lot of stuff. There's a sense of freedom to living as a minimalist. And I'll tell you, get on YouTube and look up how to be a minimalist. There's a TED Talk of a couple of guys, maybe one guy that talked about how they're minimalists and how they live and what they do. That's a video that really set me to thinking, I got to start getting rid of stuff. And then from that point forward, I really just started scaling it, went through all my closets, started scaling it down, because I knew the time was going to come I was going RV or van life. I knew I was doing it. It was just a matter of time. And really, now's the time, as you're planning, to start doing that. Start parting with those things that you hadn't put your hands on in a year or two. My thing is, if I had put my hands on it in 2 years, I don't need it. Unless it's a piece of musical gear that I know I'm going to use, something small, that's one thing. But even with that, there was a lot of stuff I hadn't put my hands on in 5 or 10 years. There was a lot of cabling and a lot of stuff. I got rid of all that stuff. I gave the wiring and patch cabling and all that stuff to some friends of mine that were musicians. They could use it better than me. I didn't want to see it go to waste. Just didn't want to do that. So, scaled down my tools, which have gotten back up a little out of hand, but that's because of the van build. So, be it that it may. But anyway, that's my take on that. It's something to think about for sure. Some people would actually say I've got too much as it is. But you see, it's kind of a closet with my clothing. These totes here have clothing in them. I need to get to those sometime seasonally. Some of this stuff is just odds and ends. That's documents I definitely need, but that's my Berkey water filter. Always take that when I travel. This is just gear, music gear stuff that goes with me when I travel. Just stuff that I have, like extra, you know, Tylenol and such, or whatever it's not. But that's the vinyl plank I talked about. I had extra. But it's just small stuff. I've got guitars in here I don't travel with. I'm not using a lot of. That's what this closet is good for. I got a damn set of golf clubs I don't use. I haven't played golf in years. Had no desire. But you know, guitars, cases, that's where the bulk of this stuff is. But I got suitcases, you know, stuff like that. But it's just a closet. There's a cooler that could get used, which gives me an idea. There is a VANLIFer I've mentioned before, good old Chrome Valdez. He doesn't have a refrigerator. He uses ice in his cooler. That's the same grade cooler. Could very well work in a pinch, you know, for things. But it's amazing. It's worked well for him. He's kept things cold. Can't fault him on that deal. But all these totes are just like old china, dishes, and small kitchen items. That would I ever use them again? Don't know, but it's a small amount of things that do, like a really expensive Dyson vacuum that, you know, and I think some of the stuff I kept because I wasn't sure if I was, you know, I had never RV'd before, so I wasn't sure if it was going to work for me, and I love it. Now that I know that it has, in time, some of the stuff I may scale down, but my challenge now is to get this thing where I can make more room out of it and be able to get in here. One more attempt at this, and we shall see. I may not have to do too much. Oh yeah, this is my original Alpacool fridge. That's a C20 Alpacool. That thing is so cool. It'll hold a fair amount of drinks and stuff. I didn't want to get rid of that because I might travel with it. That's the baby to the big Alpacool refrigerator I've got. Alpacool refrigerators, guys, they're cool. They really do work. And one other thing I did, which is kind of cool, I may take this when I travel, but anybody recognize that brand and what that is? I got a bucket from Lowe's, and you get those, what do they call those things? It's just a luggable loo seat. You can just get the seat for 12 bucks, and you can get a bucket at Lowe's. It's a luggable loo. And there's a roll of toilet paper down there in the bags when I travel. This thing right here, I don't care who you are, this can come handy in a pinch. But I'll show you something funny on the bucket. Look at that right there. I didn't know the bucket said that when I bought it. Do it right. So that's for a pinch. I may carry it with me when I travel. Who knows? That Thetford works great. We shall see. But anyway, it was an option. And that's the cool thing about RV life and van life. You have options. But anyway, that's my storage unit. And that's definitely options that I'll be looking at here soon as to how much I'm going to keep and how much I'm going to get rid of. So anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next video. Be cool.